Hey everyone! Welcome back to MMA Zone. Today, we're diving into the MMA community's reaction to Bo Nickal leaking the UFC 314 fight. Since Eilert Toya made it clear that he wouldn't be vacating the featherweight title, fans have been buzzing with questions about the division's future. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video to support the channel. This week, during an episode of his YouTube show Nickels and Dimes, Bo Nickal revealed that the UFC has announced Eilert Toya vs Alexander Volkanovski as the UFC 314 main event in Miami. But
they just announced Ilya and Volk.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's dope.
UFC 3...
When?
April 314, I think. No, it's official. I know for a fact. I don't know that it was announced for a fact, but I know it's happening for a fact. I'm announcing it.
I like Volk. I like
He's great. He's the man. Yeah. That could. I might fight on that card. That's the card I'm trying to fight on.
Nice.
Yeah, April, Miami.
MMA community reacts to Bo Nickal leaking UFC 314 fight this past week. MMA fans were caught off guard when Bo Nickal seemingly leaked a major fight announcement. During an episode of his YouTube show Nickels and Dimes, he stated that Eilert Toya vs Alexander Volkanovski would headline UFC 314 in Miami. The news spread quickly, stirring excitement and debate. However, later that day, Nickal clarified that the fight was not official, joking that he had been promoted to UFC's official fight announcer. Despite this, the MMA community had already begun discussing the potential rematch. Some fans believe Volkanovski will reclaim his title, while others are skeptical. One commenter questioned, "How many times does Volk want to get knocked out?" Meanwhile, another pointed out that Nickal is a credible source, as he and Eilert Toya share the same agent. Others suggested that Volk should fight from a southpaw stance, as Ilya has struggled against southpaws in the past. Not everyone is sold on this rematch. Some argue that Volkanovski is past his prime and lacks the excitement factor. One fan bluntly stated, "He's just a short guy with Napoleon syndrome." Another predicted, "Eilert Toya will win again via finish along the fence." Volk has a weakness there, and Ilya knows how to exploit it. Some even hope this fight is only a co-main event, as the hype isn't as strong as expected. Meanwhile, rumors have surfaced about Volkanovski possibly fighting Diego Lopez in Mexico City on March 29, as reported by MMA journalist Leo Jims. Could Bo Nickal's information be incorrect? Time will tell. Alex Pereira and John Jones phone call for a fight? A screenshot of John Jones and Alex Pereira FaceTiming last year sparked speculation that Pereira might move up to heavyweight for a potential third UFC title. Though Dana White shut down those rumors at the time, Pereira is now set to fight Magomed Ankalaev. Meanwhile, Jones' future is unclear, as his title unification bout against Tom Aspinall is still up in the air. Speaking on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, Pereira confirmed his interest in fighting Jones. His coach, Plinio Cruz, translated his statement, "I'm the champ, and I want to fight the champ. Let's make it happen." However, he also said he's open to facing any heavyweight, including Aspinall. For now, Pereira is focused on Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313, but he sent a clear warning, "I joke with my opponents, but this guy? I'm going to have fun embarrassing him." Meanwhile, Ankalaev fired back on Twitter, accusing Pereira of dodging him at first. "Alex P, don't lie. You didn't ask for me. The UFC told you it's me now. You'll get what's coming." Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan to coach new MMA reality show following in the footsteps of Khamzat Chimaev and Arman Tsarukyan. UFC bantamweights Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan will coach the next season of Hype Global Reality, an MMA competition show featuring fighters from around the world. This was announced by Hype founder Alfredo Audadori, who promised an intense rivalry between the two. Given that Chimaev and Tsarukyan had a grappling match at the end of their season, fans are hopeful Dvalishvili and Yen will do the same, as they've already fought in the UFC. Meanwhile, Merab recently called out a fake social media account impersonating him, urging fans to report it. After defending his title against Umar Nurmagomedov, he's gearing up for a busy 2025. Dan Hooker talks upcoming fight against Justin Gaethje. The co-main event of UFC 313 between Dan Hooker and Justin Gaethje is generating major buzz. With both fighters known for explosive performances and fight of the night bonuses, this has the potential to be a fight of the year contender. On the MMA Hour, Hooker shared his thoughts on the upcoming 5-round battle. "The UFC wants action. The fans want action. They want blood. They want to see someone go down. And I'm happy to deliver." Meanwhile, Gaethje is preparing for a comeback after his knockout loss to Max Holloway at UFC 300. He recently released training footage, teasing his new YouTube series, The Art of Violence, which offers a behind-the-scenes look at his fight camp. Islam Makhachev reacts to Umar Nurmagomedov's loss. After Islam Makhachev defended his lightweight title in Saudi Arabia, he addressed Umar Nurmagomedov's recent loss to Merab Dvalishvili. Speaking with Ashada, Islam explained that Umar's biggest issue was lack of preparation. Umar needs a full camp. He joined us in the USA late and was already dealing with a hand injury. He fought with a brace because he didn't want to miss the title shot. Despite the loss, Islam believes Umar will bounce back, saying he just needs to earn another shot. According to manager Ali Abdelaziz, Umar will return this summer after surgery. UFC updates. UFC Saudi Arabia update. Abdul Karim Al-Wadi vs Beji Oki was cancelled due to an injury. UFC Seattle update. Islam Dulatov pulled out due to injury, and Billy Ray G will replace him against Adam Fugit. UFC Brazil update. The May 31st event will not take place in Brasilia, and the UFC is searching for a new location. Luke Thomas criticizes GFL draft over the weekend. The Global Fighting League, GFL, held a draft, leaving fans puzzled as retired fighters like Chris Weidman and Shogun Rua were selected. On Morning Combat, MMA analyst Luke Thomas called it a nonsensical nothing burger, questioning if anyone truly sees GFL as a serious promotion. The league's structure and selection process remain unclear, sparking criticism from fans and analysts alike.
This is the most nonsensical nothing burger that ever existed. There's absolutely nothing to it. They may hold an event, BC. They may hold a few events, but like, even if they're able to rattle off a few of these, does anyone think this has any long-term potential? Dude, like, everything about it screams low-rent carnival barker to the nth degree. This was obvious before, and now it is simply incontestable.
It looks like the promotion is planning to hold its first event in April. However, since fighters like Rashad Evans haven't signed any contracts yet, they might need to make some adjustments to their roster before then. Hashtag MMA Guru banned from UFC Fight Pass. MMA Guru has revealed that he was banned from UFC Fight Pass. He took to Twitter, directly calling out Dana White, saying, "Okay Dana White, unban me from UFC Fight Pass, you fat, bald." Now, the question is, was he banned because of his controversial opinions, or did someone behind the scenes pull some strings to get him blacklisted? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Hashtag Conor McGregor sizes up NBA player. MMA community reacts. Conor McGregor was spotted face-to-face with an NBA player on live TV. He was attending a game when cameras caught him squaring up to 7' 1" Brook Lopez. What do you think about this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Oncoming fist fire.
And that's where he's from, is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a boxer fan.
Yeah, he's a huge boxing fan. I know he's a fan of yours as well.
Some of these guys that are the size of them. Brilliant. Great sport. Great game.
The MMA community had a lot to say about Conor McGregor's recent appearance at an NBA game, and here's what they shared. Some fans felt like he was acting like a kid trying to impress the teacher, looking around to see if anyone was watching before making a bold move. He was all over the place, trying to act like he's still the top dog, claiming he'll fight soon, but it's been years without any action. People laughed at his claims of upcoming fights that never happen, whether it's in boxing or bare-knuckle boxing. It's clear that some fans are frustrated, especially those who once looked up to him. One person even pointed out how he's always trying to be the center of attention.
Like, were you trying to get a fight scheduled, or what
I did. He asked me how tall I was. I let him know. He asked me to stand up, and I did. And I knew at that point, once I got up, I had to size him up.
Yeah,
I had to do a little something. I've seen the face-offs before, so I knew I had to do my part. Now, if something's going to happen, maybe Dane can be my promoter. Dane can be my manager or whatever. Teach me to fight, because I got nothing. I got nothing. So I'm going to really rely on Dane for that.
He is a movie star, though, so maybe perhaps there's a Brook Lopez movie role.
I'm here for that, absolutely. I'm quite theatrical.
Sizing up everyone around him, but never stepping foot in the octagon. They joked that he has the main character syndrome, always picking fights with anyone except real fighters. It's surprising he's not banned from NBA games, given his behavior. Honestly, some people just don't care about his antics anymore.